We welcome in Baseball Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt and also Win Burkle. He is the program coordinator of Cancer Care's lung cancer program. And gentlemen, thank you both for taking the time to join us here at Stadium. Win, I'll start with you. Tell us about this very worthwhile program.
I couldn't agree more. It is very worthwhile. Just think about being told that you have melanoma, a very serious lung cancer, a very serious cancer, I'm sorry, that has been increased in diagnoses over the past 30 years. And what do you do next? Well, we're never prepared for this, so what we do is we have to come up with a strategy. We have to come up with a game plan, and that's what this whole program is all about. Cancer Care and its fellow advocacy organizations are just delighted to have this opportunity to reach out to people and help them understand what they need to be doing once that diagnosis is out there. And so we bring them to understanding the necessity of having a sense of emotional stability, emotional health, physical health in terms of taking the right nutrition and the exercise and things like that to stay physical healthy throughout that treatment, and also to understand the importance of information and communication with family members, with neighbors, with the doctor, joining support groups, because getting it out there and talking about it and not being ashamed of cancer is what it's all about.
Mike, absolutely. Why is it important for you to be involved with this cause? You could pick any, but you chose Cancer Care. Why was this important to you personally?
Well, because it's a big part of my personal life. You know, a lot of times we get ourselves involved in other charitable endeavors, fundraising endeavors, and they don't necessarily apply to your personal life. You know, they're a friend, they're an organization outside of your personal life. This one was all about me and my health, and you know, fighting that dreaded diagnosis that I got 4 years ago. And I now am cancer-free as I sit here, based upon my last scans a couple of months ago. And I now have a passion and a platform because Merck and Your Cancer Game Plan website have come together and were released yesterday to help people who may be faced with the same diagnosis that I got 4 years ago. Mine specifically was melanoma. People out there could be melanoma, but any kind of cancer. This website would be beneficial in terms of information for people to help formulate their own personal game plan to battle a diagnosis of cancer.
It's amazing work you both are doing, and we appreciate that. And certainly we're going to talk more about that. Mike, I would like to ask you, when growing up, I watched you and George Brett were two of the predominant and probably the best third basemen of your generation that I got to see. Now you look up, and there are some really great young third basemen in the game. Is it as good a crop as you've seen in a couple decades?
Yeah, it's amazing how many good third basemen are out there right now. The first one that comes to mind is Nolan Arenado. I happen to think if Nolan Arenado can do what he's done the last 4 or 5 years, another 4 or 5 years, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And you won't be talking about myself or Brett or Brooks Robinson or Boggs anymore as the greatest of all time. I think he's on his way to becoming that. There's Adrian Beltre, I think, just got his 3,000th hit this year, headed to the Hall of Fame for sure. Machado, I believe the Dodgers have a young man that was in the All-Star game this year and is putting up unbelievable numbers. You tell me who I'm leaving out, because I know I'm leaving out some great ones.
Mike, there's a kid in Philadelphia, and Rhys Hoskins, who's doing some damage here at a very young age. Is there any way that he can sustain what he's doing?
No, it's not sustainable. No one has ever done that, although no one had ever hit as many home runs as fast as Rhys Hoskins in Philadelphia. Every time he hits one, he's going to be setting another record for home runs in the fewest games. He is a fine young man. He's got good size. He loves to hit. He loves to talk about hitting. He's very respectful of people, teammates, opposition. I'd love to have him marry my daughter if I was of this era and had a daughter his age. He's that kind of a kid. Everybody likes him. He carries himself well, and I tell you what, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to be the cleanup hitter for a long time in Philadelphia.
I want to thank both of you, Win Borkel and, of course, Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt, for joining us here at Stadium.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks,
Be
Dave.
well.